Welcome to the Period Besties Podcast with Stasha and Katie. Think about it as chatting with your best friends about all the TMI stuff you've never talked about before with two period coaches who've been helping hormones collectively for over 20 years now. I'm Stasha.
And I'm Katie, and we're pulling back the curtain on what it's like in the world of menstrual coaching. From puberty to menopause and everything in between, we're here to show you how period coaching can save the day. We'll share practical tips and information you can put to immediate use to improve your hormones and happiness.
We're removing the mystery, ending the taboo, and shining a light on just how powerful period coaching can be.
So whether you need period coaching or are considering becoming a period coach yourself, these episodes are going to help you. We'll share stories, coach live on air, and bring smart, savvy guests to share their wisdom too. Let's start today's episode.
Welcome to Christmas in July with your period besties. We are having a food bonanza week. We are day 3 into our top 3 foods for our 5 phases. So today we're diving into deep luteal. This is that couple of days to a week perhaps before you get your period, when you may find some hormonal imbalance rearing its head in that PMS symptoms. So we're definitely going to dive into the foods that you crave, and we're going to start it off with probably the biggest craving most of us have in deep luteal, and that is chocolate.
Oh my God. First of all, we both love chocolate and definitely crave it way more in that deep luteal phase. I love getting just chocolate bars that have 80% cacao. I love putting cacao nibs in like overnight oats. I love to put that in smoothies. I love to do cacao in smoothies. I love doing like a cacao with peanut butter and coconut milk or almond milk and banana and have that as like a smoothie for this phase, like really deep, decadent, kind of like a peanut butter cup situation, because that's my favorite. I always take my chocolate and dip it with peanut butter to get some extra protein. I love making raw macaroons, like chocolate macaroons, especially in the summer. Like the smoothies and the macaroons are cold. I mean, in the winter, a cacao hot chocolate. I mean, I could go on and on about how much I love chocolate, but it's got iron and magnesium, vitamin C. The cacao is actually the one that helps with those love feelings, your libido, all of those endorphins too. So eat more cacao and it actually will satisfy you.
Yeah.
So you can have some and you're like, feel great-ish, right? We know we're in deep luteal. But if you're kind of having just milk chocolate or dark chocolate, it really doesn't satisfy you the way cacao does.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is so versatile. I do love it in the summers in chia puddings or smoothies, like you said, and in the winters in my sweet potato pudding. So sweet potato, cacao, maybe some coconut milk, all whipped up and still warm from the oven can be really delicious, like a little creme brulee kind of feeling, sweet potato chocolate version. Yeah, so versatile. So many things you can do it. And in the summer, when I'm having smoothies, I can really tell when I'm about to get my period because I'll go from wanting to have like sweet potato cacao smoothies and I'll start to crave cherries. And that's when I know I'm getting really close to my period, is when I switch from the sweet potato to the cherry craving in my smoothies. And even in the winter, I do my buckwheat porridge. And sometimes I throw in cacao. And the same thing, I'll want like sweet potato in there. And then one day I'll be like, oh, I really want cherry. And that's my flavor switch over where I know I'm moving close. I'll be getting my periods shortly, probably, as it's craving switch.
That's a good sign that your brain, your body connection makes. The other thing too that I was going to say about chocolate is I find that chocolate even tastes different when I'm in deep luteal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. It just, I mean, chocolate tastes good all the time, but it just tastes amazingly better.
Yeah.
Right before I'm getting my period. And then I can, that's my sign. I'm like, oh, your period's definitely coming. We both chart, we both know when it's coming, but at the same time, I'm like, oh yeah, like this tastes so much better. I'm like, yep, it's definitely coming.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of which, red meat is absolutely one for me as well. I know that I've hit deep luteal when I'm starting to crave red meats, which is
Mhm.
our second food for today. And that could be bison, beef, buffalo, lamb, depending on what you like. But yeah, I don't crave it until I hit that kind of deep luteal phase. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, right now I need a steak or a burger. And if you get between me and that, I will take you down.
Mhm. That's when I start really eating that for breakfast.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah, the breakfast burgers.
Yeah, I love eating breakfast burgers, turkey burgers, bison burgers, meatballs. That's when I wake up and I need it for energy, need it for nourishment, and I know I always try to keep some frozen just for that situation so I can pull them out and reheat. My kids aren't really into that for breakfast these days, which is fine, but that way they have what they're gonna eat, and then I can just pull out and reheat that and have that for myself. But even in the summer, it doesn't matter for me if it's winter, spring, summer, or fall. Like, I really, really want that in deep luteal, and I like it warm in both in the summer
Yeah,
and in the winter.
same. I'm a big steak and eggs or burger and eggs. Yeah, right there with you. And all through the summer, even when it's hot out, in deep luteal, I want something warm and I want something nutrient rich and jam
Mhm.
packed. And there's just some things that you cannot get anywhere but in those red meats. And this phase always reminds me that as a species, we became who we are because we were omnivores, because we could eat so much. But because we figured out fire and cooking our meats, we developed the brains that we have. And I swear, every month when I hit this phase, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's how we became human beings. Fire, meat, yum.
That's really funny. It's so true.
And we need that nutrient density in this phase desperately to build the blood stores, to get the iron stocked and ready to go so that we don't have such drastic anemia-like symptoms in our menstrual phase, which happens to a lot of us even if we're not anemic. We often can have kind of those weakness and shaky and feeling more tired, and those are all signs of anemia, but even if we're not, around our period, it can happen to many of us. So having this little premenstrual stock up can really help alleviate those symptoms in the menstrual phase down the line.
100%. And that leads us to mushrooms. Oh my God. And something that I like to do is saute mushrooms with a little bit of olive oil and garlic or whatever kind of spice I'm craving. And I'll do that with my meatballs, like with
Yeah.
whatever kind of red meat that I'm eating, with the bison, with the turkey, whatever. And I still kind of count turkey. I know it's poultry, but I still crave it in that phase. But in the winter, even in the summer, I like the sauteed mushrooms, adding them to salads. I'll even cut mushrooms up and dip it with hummus in the summer.
Yeah.
I really do. Mushrooms are also like an easy vegetable to try to get in.
Mhm. Yeah, I love them with everything. I make them with eggs in the morning.
Mm.
I saute them up with veggies for stir fries or yeah, mushroom burgers. I put them in my sauces. I usually make a batch of a bolognese in the deep luteal phase where I do red meat, I do liver, and I do mushrooms, and I grind them all up together. Well, the meat I get ground, but the mushrooms and the liver, I through the food processor, so they come out looking like ground, and I
Mm.
put it in that sauce. So you just really get that real deep, rich umami flavor and all of those B vitamins that you just can't get anywhere else. And your mushrooms also have D vitamins when cooked. So a little extra D vitamin when you cook the mushrooms. So it's a really, really rich bolognese sauce, marinara sauce. And then sometimes I make it into lasagna. Sometimes I just eat it right then and there.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I use mushrooms in everything. We love that all kinds. I have dried mushrooms, fresh mushrooms, powdered mushrooms. Oh, you can really use them for everything, on anything, in things. You can even hide them in things and you don't even know they're in there. So
Yeah.
very versatile.
I love a good portobello mushroom too.
Oh, yes.
They're so good. Yeah.
Absolutely. In the summer, a good portobello mushroom burger. Mm,
Un- Unreal. It's so good.
yeah. Or with a little marinara on top, a little cheese on the top. It's like a little
Mm.
pizza kind of thing, but just like a mushroom, a little marinara, a little cheese. a little basil. Like, really so many things you can do with it. Dice it up, toss it with Italian dressing or balsamic. Yeah, so many things you can do with mushrooms. Don't sleep on them unless you absolutely hate them. Get on it because you can do
Yeah.
so many things with them and they're so delicious and they can really help enhance a meal.
Yeah. I just love how you talk about food. You can tell you are a chef. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah,
I
I
love
love
it.
them. And go to the Asian stores. You
Mm-hmm.
have varieties of mushrooms that you'll never see in like our white American markets or a farmer's market, and they're often much cheaper than they will be at your like mainstream stores. So go there and check out their mushrooms because you usually will be shocked at how much cheaper they are and how much more variety they are too.
I always find them that taste a little bit more fresh too.
I do too. I absolutely do too. But you can I make a mushroom ciappino, which is like a fish soup that fishermen used to just throw whatever was left over in there. But there's lobster mushrooms, there's oyster mushrooms, there's wood ear mushrooms that are very much like mussels. You can slice the king trumpet mushrooms and saute them, and they come out looking like scallops. I mean, you can really have a ball. So I just get creative, have some fun. All right, so deep luteal. Tomorrow we're going to talk about our top 3 foods for menstrual. So meet us back for that. And I hope you enjoyed today's little dive into deep luteal and cooking.
Bye for now.
A big shout out and thank you to our sponsors for today's episode, Period Coaching School and Katie Bresek Wellness.
Thanks to you, our favorite bestie, for listening to the Period Besties Podcast, where no topic is TMI. And of course, share this episode with your besties.
Remember to leave us a 5-star review, nothing less than the best for us besties, and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
You can follow us on Instagram at Stasha Washburn and at Katie Bresek, or email us at periodbestiespodcast@gmail.com.
Check out more about us at katiebresek.com and periodcoachingschool.com. And of course, check the show notes for free goodies and extras that support this episode.
We'll see you on the next episode.
Bye for now, besties.